to the computer. All right. Well, hello and welcome to the Full House Formula webinar. I'm so excited that you all are here. We do have some more people joining as we speak, so I'm just going to keep an eye on that. But I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you so I can share my slides. Let's see here. All right. And if you can let me know when you see my slides on the screen there, someone could just give me a thumbs up. I can't really see the chat right now when I have my slides up. Okay. I don't see any thumbs up. If anyone can maybe unmute and let me know if you see my slides.
We see them. We see this.
Okay, thank you. I'm like, I just want to make sure because I'm doing it a different way this time. All right. So, again, welcome to the Full House Formula, helping adult family home providers fill beds and build profitable businesses. I am so happy that you are here. Okay, so who is this webinar for? This webinar is for adult family home providers. Either you, or maybe you're thinking about opening a home or in the process of licensing, as we all know how long that process can be. Or you have just opened a home and you are searching for residents to fill your home, or like we have quite a few here today that have been in business for a while and their houses are full, but they're just looking to continue learning more in marketing and sales because we can never learn too much. We need as much as possible so that we can continue having full houses and thriving businesses. So I'm so happy for all of you that are here today. So I'm Kristina Nation. I think my screen probably says say Lee right now. I was recently married, not so recently anymore, but still working on getting the name changed across everything. But I'm Kristina Nation, and I am your adult family home success coach. So I'm super happy to meet all of you here today. All right, so by the end of this webinar, you'll know how to create steady private pay demand. Today isn't theory, it's the exact system I use to fill my AFH with private pay residents using simple marketing, reliable referral engine, and confident sales conversations, and the money habits to keep more of what you earn. So, fortunately for me, I was able to fill my home from completely empty and just licensed to full with 6 residents within 3 months. And the reason I decided to do this webinar and start working with providers is I had so many providers coming to me asking me, how did I do it? How did I fill my home so quickly? How do I continue to have a full home? And I really believe that the reason I was able to do such is because I have a background in sales and marketing. I have another business as a coach, that an online business as a coach for the last 12, well, actually, I think it's been almost 15 years now that I've had this online business. So I really had to learn a lot about sales and marketing to grow that business into the success that it is today. And so I was able to use those skills that I had learned and transfer it over to the adult family home business. Now, I know in this business, we have a lot of amazing caregivers with big hearts that get into this business because of their, love for caregiving and taking care of others who need our help and have really big hearts, but maybe not have the sales experience or marketing experience that I had. So that's why I decided to start working with you to be able to help you fill your homes. I've heard a lot of stories of providers with homes empty or one or two residents for as months, as long as a year. And my heart goes out because I know how much hard work that is. I know if you've only got a couple of residents, that means you're working 24/7 and not getting any breaks. And I know how hard that is. And so that's why I really want to help you fill your home so that you can be able to hire the caregivers to help you and have the team, put together the team that can help you. So, like uh, accounting and booking, all of the things. There's so much, we wear so many hats as providers, and there's just not enough time to do it all. And so the more that you can earn, the more you're able to grow your team and really focus on providing the quality care that I know you're all here to do. Let me go ahead and see if I need to let anybody else in. Oh. Okay. Oh, shoot. I stopped sharing. Sorry about that. Okay, let me share again. All right. So, so our agenda for today is we're going to be going over the 4 pillars of filling your homes. We're going to talk a little bit about finance, and then we're going to talk about next steps. So first, we're going to start with the 3 leaks keeping you from full private pay homes. And why do I say private pay? Now, I know, a lot of us, like I said, have big hearts and we may want to accept some Medicaid, but I'm telling you from experience that we cannot afford to give the best care that we want to give with all Medicaid beds. So it is important to be able to attract those private pay residents that are really going to sustain your business. So, what are those 3 leaks? They're being invisible online, having unstructured sales calls, or no referral system. Oops. So I mess with my slide here. So it's not your care quality, it's your system. Okay, it's really important that we have the systems in place that are going to help us fill our homes. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. So is the pillar, oh my goodness, I keep pushing buttons. Okay, pillar 1 overview is simple marketing that works. I'm going to be talking about what are some simple marketing tools that work. So, number 1 is Google profile hits and local SEO checklists. I'm going to go ahead and stop share for a minute so I could just ask how many of you here today have a Google profile? If you could just let me know in the chat if you have a Google profile or if you do not. Okay, I see a couple yeses, few yeses. Okay, and a couple of no's. Okay, so one of the first things we want to do when we're opening our home is we want to go ahead and open a Google profile business page. And on there, when you go, so you just Google business profile, and then you just go follow the steps to create your profile. Now, I've worked with quite a few providers on helping them do this, and it's been a little different for everybody. Some people It's really simple. Like for me, I just put in, my address, my pictures, all of that, and got it set up. But other providers I worked with, they wanted them to verify their address and kind of go through a verification process. So, it may take some patience to get through that, but it's really important to do. And what is so important to do it also is, like, we've heard a lot in the trainings about the importance of our pictures. Anytime we're representing our home, our business, we want to have really great pictures. So it's really important to invest the time, maybe even money, to hire a professional photographer to take good pictures of your home, some video as well, and so that you'll be able to use that as marketing assets for your Google business profile, your website, your brochures. All of that is, very important to have those great pictures, because that is what people are going to see and what they're going to determine whether they're going to want to come visit your home or not. And then as you build that business profile page, you can also start collecting some Google reviews. And even if you're just opened your home, you can start with getting Google reviews of possibly, as a caregiver, before you opened your home, you had cared for others. You can ask for those people that you had cared for or their families to write Google reviews for you. When you're first or opening up your home, you can even ask caregivers that work for you and share their experience of working for you and leave you a Google review. And then as you start having more residents, as soon as your resident is moving in and their family is telling you, how much they appreciate you and how happy they are with the care that their loved one is receiving in your home, as soon as they start, sharing and expressing this with you, you want to ask them if they would mind leaving you a Google review, that it would really help you in your business and for others to be able to find you on Google by leaving that review. The more reviews you have, the more you're going to show up organically when somebody searches for adult family homes. There are so many adult family homes out there. And when someone just does a simple Google research, they're going to be bombarded with adult family homes. And it's the ones that are on the top of that Google search that are going to get the calls. And so, really working towards what you can do to get yourself on top of that Google search. So, that includes having a really great name. A lot of people recommend having a name that is, like your location, like Des Moines Adult Family Home or Federal Way. And I've run into quite a few people that I invited here that do have that. So that's great. If you don't and you're already started, it's okay. You can always do a doing business as and change your name as well if you really want to make that difference. But getting those Google reviews are really going to help you so that you can get searched organically. Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen again. Okay, now we're going to go over your 20-minute calendar, 20-minute a day calendar. So it's really important to schedule yourself out a marketing calendar, and it really does not have to take a lot of time. Just 20 minutes a day can make a huge difference. And so I've created this calendar that I share with those that I work with. And all of you that are attending this call today are going to get this PDF, this calendar. But I'm just going to go over it really quickly. So an example is week one, we want to really focus on building visibility because remember, one of those leaks is that we're not visible online. And if nobody knows that we exist, we're not going to be able to fill our homes. So we want to start by building visibility. So an example of this could be Monday, we're going to update our Google business profile with a new photo or resident activity. So, like I said, if you don't have that yet, you want to first start there. And then Tuesday, we're going to post on Facebook or Nextdoor with behind the scenes or resident story. So that's, and then another thing we want to do is we want to be active on Facebook. We want to create a Facebook business page. And on that page, we want to share pictures. So any of my residents, when they move in, I ask them to sign permissions to use their photos. And I use those photos on our website. I use those photos on the Facebook page, and I invite all of my families and some supporters in the community, neighbors to like my business Facebook business page. And I share pictures and activities that we're doing in that page. So Wednesday, we want to text or email 2 past leads to reconnect. So maybe as you were going through the process of opening up your home, you came across a couple of people that were looking for an adult family home, but you weren't open yet. You want to still reach out to those people and let them know that you have opened up and that you do have vacancies and ask them how they're doing in their current placement, and just reconnect. Thursday, we want to engage with 3 referral partners' social media posts. So when we open up our business, we want to be active on social media. So we want to join Facebook. As a lot of you probably know, we have a lot of really great Facebook groups on Facebook for adult family home providers. So you want to join those groups. There's a lot of providers also on LinkedIn. So if you want to get on LinkedIn and friend providers as well, so you can start building your community of other providers and discharge planners and social workers and those in the elder healthcare network and start building your community. On Friday, you want to post an educational reel or quote about choosing the right AFH. So we want to just put ourselves out there by helping the community know what an adult family home is and how to go about finding the right adult family home for their loved one. And then Saturday, we want to deliver flyers to a local business or senior center or it could be a church in your neighborhoods. It could be the senior centers. It could be um, different local businesses just to build awareness that you're in the local community and start getting yourself out there and known in your neighborhood, in your community. Sunday, we want to write a thank you note to a partner or family. So that could be a referral partner that you work with. It could be your a placement agent that you've worked with. It could be a family that you have cared for, their loved one. And then an example of week 2, I'm just going to go over really quick. I know I'm halfway through already and I haven't even begun. So we're going to call a hospital or case manager to introduce your AFH. Tuesday, we're going to email or DM a placement agent with openings. Wednesday, we're going to post a family testimonial on Facebook. Thursday, we're going to add a new contact to your referral tracker and follow up. Friday, we're going to share what makes your AFH unique on social media. Saturday, we're going to request a Google review from a happy family. And Sunday, we're going to write down 3 wins from the week. So this is just a couple weeks example. But again, everyone on this call today is going to get my 20-minute a day marketing calendar. So we'll go ahead and go to the next thing. Okay, so outreach the compounds, right? Our senior centers, our churches, our PCP offices. I know a lot of us have been working on this piece, the offline piece, and it's still important today. Like online is it takes some learning and we need to focus on as well, but the old school way of getting out there in person is always great. That's how you really can generally build relationships is in person. So I recommend, as everyone else does as well, to go out there in person, go to your senior center, go to your churches, PCP offices, but just remember that you're not the only home that's going to be making these visits. So you need to do something to set yourself apart. So you need to have a really beautiful brochure, business card. You need to have a great smile on your face, warm composure. You need to maybe bring some cookies or some fruit or something like that, and introduce yourself and let them know what makes you different, or what makes your home such an amazing home. And I know when I first opened, I started volunteering at this senior center, passing out lunches. So that's a great way to establish that relationship. I sent out letters to all of the local churches in my neighborhood. A couple of pastors actually came and visited us in our home and toured our home. A couple invited me to come speak at one of their meetings. So it's really important to do that. Okay. Why is my slides not moving? Okay, so pillar 2 overview is those sales calls that convert. Okay, so we got some marketing skills. Now we want to talk about what are some sales strategies that are going to help. Let's say we've done our marketing and now our phone is starting to ring. How are we going to respond to that first phone call? And I like to go over my 5-step call flow where we hook, assess, value, tour, and close. And this also I share with all of the providers that work with me. Is called my 5-step call flow. And I'm just going to go over this really quick. Let me stop share for a minute and see if there's any comments or questions so far, because I know kind of gone over a little bit. I don't see anyone else. Okay. So the 5-step call flow is step 1, we want to build connection, right? So thank you for calling Everyday Grace Adult Family Home. This is Kristina. How can I help you today? And make sure to use their loved one's name early. So tell me a little bit about your mom, Susan. Be friendly, calm, and generally interested. People buy peace of mind, not just rooms. And then step 2, you want to discover and listen. Ask open-ended questions to understand their story. Some examples are, tell me about your loved one's care needs, or what's most important to you in finding the right home, or how soon are you hoping to make a decision? And listen carefully and repeat their priorities back to them. Step 3 is present value. Describe your home based on their needs, not a generic list of features. Use emotional language that builds trust. It's really important that we quickly are able to build that trust and that rapport between us and the family. So we can do that by, we provide personalized 24-hour care with a consistent team that treats your loved one like family. Because we're private pay, we can offer higher caregiver ratios and individualized attention. Share a quick success story or testimonial. And then step 4, we're going to handle objections and educate. So if they ask about Medicaid, We're a private pay home, which allows us to maintain a higher standard of care and staffing. Again, if you want to have a couple of Medicaid beds, then that's great. You can accept, those based on, the needs of your home. But you also want to make sure that that's only, that you have some beds that you keep specifically for private pay so that you can help, balance the finances in your home so that you're able to have those two caregivers during the day and you're able to give that personalized quality care that you want to provide. So, how do we handle some of those objections? So, if they say, we're just looking, you can respond by saying, that is perfectly fine. A quick tour will help you see what's best for your family. Or if they say, we're comparing homes, you can say, that's great. I encourage families to do that. Once you visit, you'll see what makes us different. And then step 5, you want to close and book the tour. So transition naturally. It sounds like your mom would be a great fit. I'd love to show you our home. Our mornings or afternoons better. Confirm the tour date, time, and who will attend. Send a confirmation text, email immediately and thank them for reaching out, and end confidently. We look forward to meeting you and your family. You're going to love it here. So remember, this call, the main goal is to book, schedule that home tour, that visit to your home. So again, I share this with the providers, the scripts, so you can have examples of that. And next, we're going to talk about, let's see, so now you have answered the phone, you've booked that tour. What are some tour script highlights and sensory wow checklists, right? I've worked with a lot of providers that told me that placement agents brought families to tour their home, but they ended up going with somebody else. So I'd like to work with providers on how to make sure that you're really going to present yourself and your home in such a light that families are going to feel that you're the best fit for their family. So I like to include, some tour scripts and some sensory wow, right? Because it's not just about what we say, but also about the sensory senses that we provide that really make them feel at home in our home. So some tour script highlights are: first is that welcome and connection. So greeting families warmly, using their loved one's name, and show genuine curiosity about their strengths and needs. So an example could be, welcome, I'm so glad you're here. I know this is a big decision and I appreciate you taking the time to visit our home. And then second, you want to create comfort and emotional safety. So help families feel relaxed and feel safe. Offer refreshments, move slowly, and keep your tone calm and kind. So example is, can I get you some coffee or tea or water before we walk around? 3 is the sensory wow moment. So create a powerful first impression in your coziest, most inviting space. So an example is, this is our main living area. It's where residents gather in the morning. We keep it bright, cozy, and full of laughter. So number 4 is storytelling throughout the tour. Okay, so use those real life examples to show that you care and show your connection. So an example could be like, just last week, one of our caregivers stayed late to sit with a resident who couldn't sleep. We treat everyone like family. So making sure to, point out that quality care that their loved one is going to receive in your home. And make sure, number 5, to include the family in the vision. Help them picture their loved one living happily in your home. Imagine your mom sitting here after breakfast, chatting with our caregivers and watching the garden. And then 6, we want to handle questions and hesitations gently. Respond calmly and confidently to questions about costs or other homes. So, an example is we're a private pay home, which allows us to maintain higher caregiver ratios and provide more personalized attention. And 7, remember, as we said before, to close the tour with confidence. Invite them to take the next step with warmth, but not pressure. So, an example could be, it sounds like your mom would be a wonderful fit here. Would you like me to hold this room for you while you talk it over with your family? Okay. Now, just remember, before every tour, ask yourself, if I were visiting this home for my parent today, would it feel like home? Small, intentional details create powerful emotional impact. All right. I'm going to take a minute there to see if there's any questions. I know I'm going through this quite fast because, again, there's a lot of content that I want to share in this hour. But if you have a question, feel free to put it in the chat. Otherwise, we'll just keep going. So let me share my screen again. Oh, I forgot to share the sensory wow checklist. So again, site, we want to have fresh flowers, cozy lighting, smiling staff. So you want to open curtains and add warm tones. Smell, we want to have clean and homey smells like cookies or a lavender diffuser. We want to avoid harsh air fresheners. Sound, we want to have soft background music or laughter, because silence can feel sterile, right? It can feel more like a nursing home. We want, for touch, we want to have soft blankets, inviting textures. We want to create a cozy corner or reading space. For the sense of taste, we want to offer coffee or cookies or tea, and we want to keep a treat ready for every tour. And lastly, for emotion, we want to have warm greetings, eye contact, and care. Use the loved one's name throughout the tour. Okay, so we went over a couple of objection handling. I just want to go over maybe one more, like let's say, uh, let's say a big one is that's more than we're hoping to pay. So a response for that could be, I completely understand we're a private pay home because it allows us to maintain higher caregiver ratios, provide homemade organic meals, and ensure your loved one gets the personalized care they deserve. Most families find the peace of mind worth every dollar. If it helps, I can also connect you with a senior financial planner who specializes in care transitions. So you want to make sure that, again, you're working with others that you can help provide as a resource. Let's say they're saying another one is, we're comparing other homes right now. So a response for that one could be, that's great. I encourage families to do that. Each home has its own personality. Once you visit ours, you'll immediately see what makes it special: the warmth, the care, and how residents truly become family. So those are just a couple of examples. I've got a long list. Again, I just like to compile these examples because I know for a lot of people, it could be hard to know what to say when we're having these sales conversations. Then lastly, want to really make sure that you're following up. So after that home tour, you have a 72-hour close window, and you want to make sure that you're following up properly. So this day one, the same day as inquiry, you want to say thank you and make them feel seen. You want to send them a message saying thank you for reaching out about care for your loved one. It was wonderful speaking with you today. I'd love to invite you for a tour of our home this week so you can see what makes us special. Do mornings or afternoons work best? Day two, you want to send a reminder and reconnection. So an example is just checking in to see if you'd like to come by for a tour this week. We have one private room currently available, and I'd love to hold it for your loved one if it's a good fit. If they've already scheduled that tour, then just send a warm reminder instead. Day three, you want to send a value message. You know, the goal is to educate and differentiate your home. So one thing families love about our home is how personal it feels. We cook fresh meals daily and have consistent caregivers who really get to know each resident. That's the beauty of a private pay home. You could also attach a photo of your dining area or some activities that you're doing with your residents. Then on day five, you want to send a personal call to reconnect personally with them and just say, want to see how things are going with your search. I'd love to personally invite you to come by and take a quick look. Even if you're still deciding, it can really help to see it in person. Would you like to come by tomorrow or over the weekend? And then day seven, you want to just give that final nudge and just say, I wanted to let you know we only have one private room still available, but we've had a few other inquiries this week. So I'd love for your family to see it before it's taken. Would tomorrow afternoon work for a visit? And then you want to continue staying connected. Okay. Okay, next we're going to go over pillar 3, which is the overview, and that's our referral engines. And I can see we are almost running low on time. So first we want to make sure that we're partnering with discharge planners, case managers, and placement agencies. I really hope to give you the skills today that you're not going to need to rely on placement agents. I know so many providers are like just want to look for that placement agent to place their homes. But the reality is we have so many homes that there are more homes than there are residents, and placement agents are bombarded with so many different homes, and they don't have the time to get to know each provider personally, to visit each home personally, and to really know if to refer their residents to. So you still have to make sure that you're putting all of this into play to build those relationships with those placement agents. So when they do have somebody looking in your area, they're immediately going to think of you. So I like to teach a weekly partner rhythm, like how, just like we have our marketing calendar, we want to kind of have a schedule of how we're connecting with our different partners throughout the month as well. Oh, let me go back to that. And it's called the top of mind system. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing here. Okay, so it's called the top of mind system. And the purpose is the goal of the system is to help adult family home providers stay top of mind with referral partners and family leads. You want to be consistent in your light touch points that build trust, relationships, and repeat referrals, even when you're busy. So, the most important thing that I would like you to take away from this training today is how important building relationships is. And I know as new providers, we are so busy trying to wear all the hats and build our business. but those relationships are what really going to make the difference. Because again, just like the placement agents, all of our referral partners, there are so many homes out there that in order for them to think of you when they have that referral, is you that you're building that relationship with them, that you're connecting with them on a regular basis. So step one is you want to use a simple Google Sheet with names, types, relationships, dates, last contacted, notes, next follow up, and status. And you want to track your referral partners, family leads, and professional contacts, such as hospice, therapy, home health, all of them. And then step two, you want to create a weekly top of mind routine where you're going to first review your spreadsheet and find 3 to 5 people you haven't contacted in 7 to 14 days. And you want to reach out with a simple, caring message via text, call, or email. And you want to add notes and schedule the next follow up date. So some examples, if it's a referral partner, would be, just checking in to see how your team is doing this week. We have one opening and would love to help a family if you know anyone looking. A family lead, you could say, hi, Susan, just wanted to check in and see how your search is going. We'd love to have you visit our home. And the third is a thank you. We wanted to thank you again for your last referral. The family was wonderful, and I so appreciate you. Then step three, you want to have a weekly touch point framework. So week one, you want to send those thank you messages. Appreciation builds loyalty. Week two, you want to update or send an availability notice so that you're staying relevant when rooms open up. Week three, you want to send helpful resource or article that, where you're adding value without selling. Week four, you want to send a personal touch, whether it's a birthday, holiday, just deepening that connection. And then you want to repeat this monthly cycle to remain visible and remembered. Okay. Do we have any questions about any of that so far? Whoops. Oh, let me share my screen here. Okay. Again, don't be afraid to ask any questions. Oh, I almost forgot an important part. So I have started a member referral directory. So I've been working with providers, and one of the ways that I was able to fill my home so quickly is that I created a sales funnel. So again, through my other business, hold on, let me go ahead and stop sharing. So I created a sales funnel that I learned from my other business, having an online business. And that's where I pay for ads through Facebook, Nextdoor, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google. And in those ads, I direct people to a freebie. And that freebie is going to be something that those that may be looking for adult family home are going to need. And so when they ask for that freebie as a download, then they get that download. Then I'm capturing their email and phone number, contact. And then I reach out to those contacts to see where they are in their search and for their loved one. And so I am constantly collecting all of these leads, and I am often having lots of people calling me that are looking for adult family homes, but my home is full. So I have referrals for others. So because I have been able to do this in an efficient way, I've decided to create a member referral for the coaches that work with me. to be able to send those leads to them. And I, try to visit as many homes as possible as well that live in my area and stuff too. But I also get leads from all over Washington. So even if you're not in my area, I still have potential leads. So that's something that I'm going to be offering as well. Okay, lastly, let's running out of time here. I just wanted to talk a little bit about somebody that I was a provider I was able to help at Serenity Care Adult Family Home in Tacoma. Gloria had a heart for caregiving, but not for marketing. And despite great care, her home wasn't filling up for private pay residents or even Medicaid as she had hoped. So she was ready to learn the systems that would help her market confidently and fill her home. So, she struggled with empty beds, even though she had great quality care and great reviews. So we relied solely on placement agencies that were, charging tens of thousands and had no clear marketing system. So she felt comfortable handling inquiry calls, but she had no follow up process in place. So she said that she knew that she had something special to offer families, but she didn't know how to reach them. So, through my AFH success coaching, Lisa implemented three key systems: the follow up, the uh, sorry, 5-step call flow that I went over with you guys earlier. And she learned exactly how to handle inquiries, build trust, and book tours with confidence. The 7-day follow up cadence that we went over briefly, where she began sending warm, consistent follow up messages that helped keep her at top of mind. The 20-day marketing calendar that each of you that are here today are going to get, where she committed to simple daily marketing actions that built visibility and referrals. And Lisa also joined the AFH Success member directory, gaining access to supportive referral network of other providers and referrals. And I am so happy to say that within 60 days, she went from 2 empty rooms to a full home with a waiting list and being able to refer to others in the network. So she increased her private pay inquiries by 300%. She converted 2 new residents directly from her Facebook posts. Her referral partners began sending her consistent, high quality leads. And she shared that she used to feel like she was begging for residents, and now families are reaching out to her. So before she was, very reactive marketing, empty beds, financially stressed. And after the program, she had full occupancy, confident systems, and business freedom. So now she runs her AFH like a CEO with predictable income and peace of mind. And so being able to help her have this success is why I decided to build a program where I can work with more providers and help them have that success as well. So if you, let me share my screen real quick. Ooh, unfortunately, we're not going to have time to go over the last pillar. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to save that for next time. Let's see what else here. So, we went over the case study. So, now I'm just going to talk to you quickly about this program that I have created. So, in the past, let me stop share so you can see me better. So in the past, I took on just a few one-on-one clients where I was coaching and mentoring providers in their sales and marketing, helping them go from, empty beds to full houses. And and I was able to only really help a couple at a time because that's all it had time for. Because as you know, as providers, we are super busy, especially when you have a full house. You are super busy, and so I only had time to work with a couple. And I was, did that at a much higher price rate. So now I wanted to be able to build a program where I'm able to help a lot more providers at a smaller price point and still get you guys the same success of having a full house. So, a little bit about the program is called the Full House Formula. It's a 6-month business coaching and training program for adult family home providers who want to confidently fill their homes with private pay residents, increase profits, and build systems like we talked about earlier. It's all about the systems for a sustainable success. Because if we don't have full homes, we're going to get burnt out and we're not going to be able to give the quality care that our residents need. So, some program outcomes are you will have consistent flow of private pay inquiries. You will have confidence in handling calls and tours to convert leads. You will have a proven marketing plan that takes only 20 minutes a day. You'll have strong referral partnerships that keep your beds full year round. You'll have clear financial tracking and business systems. You'll have a profitable, sustainable, and stress free AFH business. And I didn't get to go over the financial pillar in this because we were running out of time, but also my CPA is going to be joining us for this program and sharing all of his how to so that when you do start filling your homes, you'll know how to best manage your money so that you continue to grow instead of making financial mistakes. So he's really, really amazing. What is included is it is an online course. So you're going to have all the videos that's going to go through the 6 pillars, the 6 modules. There's 4 videos to each module that's going to go over the step by step. What we went over today is just the tip of the iceberg. I have so much content to share with you guys, just don't have enough time to do it all in an hour. So that's why I created this program. So you'll have all of that right at your fingertips so that you can watch when at your own schedule. Because I know, again, how busy as providers are. So you'll be able to watch on your own schedule. And then we are going to have weekly group coaching calls, just like this, where we'll join on Zoom once a week. Again, whoever joins, I'm going to reach out and see what schedule works best that we have that once a week, where you're going to have access to me, where we're going to, go over all that we're learning in the training. You're going to be able to ask me any questions that's going to further support you. You're also going to have access to my provider network, so you'll get those referrals and know when I send you those referrals how to respond on that phone call to book that tour and how to have a successful tour so that you do end up being the right fit for those families that come. You're also going to have a resource library where you can have the call flows we went over today, the objection sheets, the marketing calendars, everything I went over today, you're going to have at your fingertips. And then again, you're going to have access to our member referral directory where you're going to get listed, receive referrals, and build partnerships. So as part of the directory, members gain access to our referral reward system. So when you refer a family that moves into another member's home, you'll earn a referral credit or commission. And when another family refers a family to you, you'll receive a pre-qualified lead. So everybody wins. So, we're not paying tens of thousands of dollars to placement agencies, but we're referring amongst ourselves. And it also includes a full house guarantee. So if you complete the course, attend the weekly calls, and apply the systems, and you still haven't filled at least one private pay bed within 90 days, then I will personally work with you one on one until you do. Because when you commit, we commit. Okay. I'm going to make sure if you follow my system, you will have success. You will have a full house just like I did and do. um, so again, if you join the Full House Formula today and start turning your passion for care into a thriving, profitable business that gives you freedom and peace of mind. So, lastly, we are just a few minutes over here. I just want to give you time for questions in just a moment. And let's make sure I went over. Oh, I haven't talked about the bonuses yet. So, oh, and the price. Okay. So, this program, so like I said, I usually coach clients one-on-one for 3,000 or 1,100 per month. This program is going to be only $497 per month for those who join now as founding members. So anyone who joins today will be considered a founding member, and you'll get the price for $497, which is, half the price that I usually coach families for, and definitely is going to go up to $997 very soon. But I wanted to give the founding members this discounted rate because you're going to go through this with me as I build this. And I'm going to be asking for your input, and you're going to be able to tell me what you're needing more of to help me create the resources and training that you need. And you're going to get all of that for less price. And then the bonuses is you're going to get weekly coaching, the full training library, plug and play scripts. So all the scripts I've been going over today, you're going to get all of that and more. Access to my referral directory that can put your home in front of families fast. Founding members get in at $497. Like I said, very soon it's going to go up to $997 and more. If you join from this webinar or book a call today, you'll also get the private pay script pack, which is the phone calls, the tours, and the follow-up. You'll also get the 0-day Fill Your Beds marketing calendar, the partner outreach kit, which includes the email, voicemails, text templates, and the first 10 enrollees who will get a one-on-one quick start call with me. This special price is good for the first 20 who enroll or the next 48 hours, whichever comes first. So if you complete the course, attend the weekly calls, and implement the marketing systems and still haven't filled at least one private pay bed, then I will personally work with you one-on-one until you do. So for all of that, I'm going to put in the chat here is the link. It's going to be a whole new community. It's called a school community. It's kind of like a Facebook group, but private. And when you join that in that community, you'll have all of the videos that are going to be coming to you starting Monday and coming to you every week. And then you're going to have all of the resources that I mentioned today. And then you're going to also have like a community with all of the providers in that community that you're going to be able to message with, just like you would in a Facebook group. Wow, I saw people coming at the end of it here. Oh gosh. Okay, so in the chat, if you just joined us, I'm so sorry that you missed. I did record this, so I will send that out to you. But I have just put in the chat the link to be able to join this community. Again, it's called a school community, and you'll get all of the videos, the resources, be a part of the referral network, and all of that for $4.97 a month. Again, there's just so much I couldn't share in 1 hour, but I am so glad that you are here. And I just want to open up for questions. I have put the link in the chat. So if you join today, or if you want to book a call to ask more questions, but I also want to give you time for questions now. I know we're over the hour, but if you want to stay on for a few minutes and ask any questions, I would love to answer. I need water. I've been talking so fast for an hour. So if you have any, comments or feedback about the training today, do you feel like, you got some useful tips that are going to help you in filling your beds, or take you in the future when you have an opening? If you would like to, share any feedback, that something that you had hoped to learn more about today that I can include in the next training, then feel free to share that as well. Oh, I'm missing all the comments here. Oh, I see a couple comments that we can't see the link. Uh-oh. Okay, do we see the link now? Is it? Oh, shoot. There it is. I'm so sorry. There it is, guys. Bear with me here. I'm not the very techie person, even though I have online business. Which goes to show, if I can do it, you can do it too. Before I started online business, I had no tech skills at all. And I have learned so much since COVID and shut down, and I moved everything online. So if I can do it, believe me, you can too. And I can help you do that. And yes, I see in here, I send the recording? Yes. Yes, I will have a record. I did record this, and I will send the recording out to those of you that miss most of it. And then, like I said, I jam pack so much info in an hour, so that way you can go back and listen to it. But if you want all of the scripts that I went over today, and I didn't even go over all of it, then when you join the program, that'll all be in the school community, and you'll have access to those as well. And again, everyone that joined today will also get the free marketing calendar that you can start to implement right away. That's going to help you fill those empty beds as well. Okay, no one has any questions? Thank you so much for the presentation. My time is up. Email the link. Yes, I will definitely email the link to you. Thank you so much for joining. And if no one has any questions, then I will follow up. Again, you can email me with any questions as well. If you'd like to book a call with me where we can go over everything in more depth, we can do that as well. This offer is available to the first 20 participants or the next 48 hours, whichever comes first. And just thank you for attending. I'm so happy to meet each of you and to be able to help support you in growing your business and filling those empty beds, and just being a support in our community of adult family home providers. So I'm going to go ahead and end for today, and reach out if you have any questions. Thank you so much. And I'll send the recording and your free marketing calendar. Bye bye now.